And also, for lack of a better term, I was brainwashed to thinking I was going to graduate being better than everybody else. I got a nice fancy ring. When it turns out, my first day on site, I learned that I knew nothing, because there's a huge divide between the field and the office. But I'm not saying don't go to university, I'm not saying go to university. Find what you're really passionate about and what works for you. And just because you start in one direction doesn't mean you're stuck going in that way. And a perceived failure might open up a door somewhere else, which is exactly what it did for me. A real quick thing, because we talked a lot about money here, and money's important, and I might challenge the opinions of people up here. Don't go into construction for the money. It's there if you want it, but don't go into any job just for the money. Because if that's all you're looking for, you're not going to be happy. I'll share a quick story from a job I did with a previous company. I spent 4 years on site building a hospital. I was there when it was a parking lot. I helped with the design. I helped to build it. How many times do you think I almost quit in those 4 years? At least twice. How many mentee Bs do you think I had in those 4 years? At least 2. But when we got substantial completion and the hospital moved in, and I was leaving the job one day, and I looked back and I saw a woman pushing a baby stroller going into the hospital. I saw an elderly person with the walker going into the hospital. And I thought, wow, we didn't just build a building. We created something that's going to serve the community. People are going to go in there to have their babies. They're going to go in there to heal when they're sick. Some people are going to die there. It sounds morbid, but it happens. It's an experience for people. So you're not just building things and collecting a paycheck. It's something that you can drive by with your kids one day and say, I built that. And they're going to roll their eyes, and you're going to laugh. But it's a very fulfilling industry. So don't do it for the money.
So we're going to do wrap up now. How much time do we have?
About 5 minutes.
Okay, super quick. So we probably won't get through everybody here, but the last thing we want to do is give you advice. We wanted to picture ourselves as 16, 17, 18-year-olds again, and give advice to ourselves here. And what I wish I did at 16 is I wish I brought my dad or one of his HVAC mechanics out into a classroom. I went to Westmount, and I wish that I had gotten him to light up torches and braze there. Because if I'd seen one other kid, I've said this to you guys before, but one of you, and you were my buddy, it wouldn't even matter, we would have become buddies. We would have spent that whole summer, 16, 17, slamming in air conditioners. And you know what? 17 years old, we would have bought that Subaru. You know what I mean? And honestly, that's the mistake I made, and that's why I'm here, right? Is I didn't do that. I had the business was right there, right? And I was out with the guys in the field, and I was climbing up ladders. I love climbing up ladders. Best thing about an HVAC tech is the view, man. Like, you get on top of every roof, right? Imagine some of those big towers downtown. But what I'd say is, you start using your hands when you're young. The sooner you do it, right, and you get into those 5 years, like you're 16 right now, 21, 125K a year. Come on, right? Then pivot. You know what? You want to go to entrepreneurship? Then go to business school. And you know what you're going to do? You're going to buy the student house, and everybody around you is going to rent from you while you drive your Subaru every day. You know what I mean? It's a big difference, right? That if I had been able to do that, and then follow my business career, when he sold his business, I probably would have started my own. I can't do that as not a tradesperson, right? I can't. And this is probably the best takeaway here. Unless you live out in the field and truly understand what the tradespeople are going through, no matter what you do in construction, no matter where you sit, you're never gonna have the full respect of the team around you. If you spend some time out there, whether you go the full route or not, you will have the full respect of everywhere you go in construction. Because not everybody has that. So if we want, I don't know if anybody has like any itching piece of advice they want to give here, because we're pretty much out of time. Go to the wise guy.
What I would say is I wish I didn't spend so much time smoking dope and drinking in grade 11 and 12. And I wish that I instead had learned how to learn at a much younger age. Learning is a skill, and it requires that you invest in yourself, and it's hard. And important things in life, things that lead to success in life, are hard. So, I mean, I'm not saying don't go out and have a good time. We all like having a good time, and we all discover what a good time partying is, usually around grade 12, right? But focus on learning how to learn, because it'll take you a long way in life.
If you want to say something, Haley, I just wanted to thank everybody.
Something that I wish that I had known when I went here, I was very involved in the music program, but I really wish that I took like the construction course that you guys have here, or even the auto course that you guys have here, because it wasn't, like, I didn't even know about that side of the school, and my locker was down the hall. I never went there, ever, and now I work in that industry. And I'm still learning every single day about brand new things that are coming up. The industry is consistently changing and ever so evolving. So what I wish I would have done was taken an interest in those courses, even if I felt like I didn't belong there. Because at the end of the day, the skills that you learn there aren't only personal, they're social. And the friends that you make there and the experience that you can get there that can help you in a future position, even if you don't know what you want to do, that's what's going to be beneficial for you moving forward.
Okay,